Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
How is everyone?
Doing all right?
Pretend like we haven't been talking for the last 30 minutes, hour, whatever. Hour.
I was going to say, no, it's been an hour.
It's called a warm-up.
Yeah. I'm a little tired. I stayed up late after we finished Honey Heist, which was a bad decision. Oh, hi, Mowgli.
I invoked Mowgli. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again.
He's an Esper from Final Fantasy.
I don't remember the Esper.
That joke fell flat. I'm sorry.
Wait, there was a joke there?
Oh.
Oh.
Back with the shade. Damn.
Hold on. I gotta go get my wig back.
Because he snatched it?
He did.
You can make a new one from the fur hanging off the entrance of our cavern.
Oh, way to bring us back, Mike. Good
Excellent
job.
segue.
Ashport, a city on the brink. The winds of the restless sea are thick with the soot and grime of progress. The continent of Valdara is a world of adventure and magic, and this land of kings, of monsters, of heroes, is being dragged kicking and screaming into a modern age. Crime lords battle for control of the city's underbelly, and the common people struggle for survival. All the while, politicians congratulate themselves on being a testament to enlightenment. The Birchfield Institute, a shining beacon through the smoke, leads the way, merging science and magic to improve the lives of those who can afford it. The divide between the common and privileged is growing wider, day by day. Eager to shed Ashport's uncivilized past, the powers that be dismiss adventurers and heroes as mere mercenaries, charlatans, pirates. Only a select few, through sheer nerve and talent, become sanctioned by the Institute to recover ancient knowledge and artifacts for study and safekeeping.
We finally found our way into the murky depths of the Underdark. While not the first choice I'd make for a field trip, it was the next stop on our search for the elemental grimoire. First place we visited, Smushton, a curious little village on a mushroom-based economy. We made an even curiouser new friend, a goblin farmer named Pugnut, who asked for our assistance in taking down a big nasty who's been hunting and eating his kind. Called it a pinch run. Right? 'Cause pinch, run. That is a thing of beauty. So, we take this fight to this Apintrum bloke, all claws and shells and sticky spider stuff, and have at him. Not to toot our own horn or nothing, but short of a few mishaps, we make work of the beastie in record time. We took a prize back to Smushton to prove our victories with the goblins. Our buddy Pugnut got the credit for with his townfolk, being the brave soul that he was, finding other people to do the hero work for him, but he kept his word enough, and as a thank you for our help in saving his village, he loaded us up with some fine spirits, and took us right to the edge of the next leg of our journey. But not before warning us that the denizens of this cavern of fur were not nearly as nice as he was.
So, you've just finished up. You were leaving Smushton. You have some smush wine and some wooden nickels. What else do you have? You have some mud. What was the
Sticky mud. I have a vial of sticky mud from the forum.
Sticky mud, a flask, I believe.
I wrote vial, but
A vial?
Yeah.
Why would he give you a vial of alcohol?
I can say flask. We can upgrade it.
That must be that.
Con.
Must be that potent.
I think because it is vile.
Adelaide has been looking at it dubiously before putting it away.
All right. You guys are heading into the
Canyon of Fur.
Canyon of Fur.
Canyon of Fur, which they haven't really explained to you what that means. Just, I believe there were some maybe some creatures in there. They're furry. They collect some of the fur that comes to the entrance, and they put it up around in kind of an archway around the entrance to remind them that this is the Cavern of Fur. As kind of a warning sign. Nobody goes there. Nobody ever goes in. Nobody ever comes out.
Thank you, Grandpa Joe.
Nope.
Well,
Crazy knife sharpener.
I know who.
You want Grandpa Joe? I can do Grandpa Joe.
That's too close to other things.
Cavity.
Yeah. I can do Grandpa Joe. Logan Bryce, 2018.
Gotta plan all that sweet Nerdsmith merch. Gotta make t-shirts.
That's bonus material for our subscribers.
I don't. Bonus material is stuff that doesn't make it in. That's definitely staying in. Because look at how much we all laughed at it.
Cricket.
All right.
If I don't push my button when I'm laughing, doesn't mean I'm not laughing.
That's true. It ends up in the recording. Note to everyone.
You never realize how much noise you make just existing until you start recording everything you do. Like every time I click my fucking pen, every time I move my fucking squeaky seat, it's like fucking hell.
Note to all, if you amuse me, it will end up in the recording.
Good to know.
Dance, minions, dance.
There's a reason that at the, one of the episodes, it's after everything, you just hear goodbye from Mike. It made me laugh really hard, so I was like, yeah, it's good at the end.
Mike is the king of the Easter egg. Talking with the mic is not broadcasting.
Yes.
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. We should just do some.
That was on the recording.
No, he did it again. Like 7 times he did it. It's like all over the place.
It happened in 2 separate sessions from when I had the recording.
I do not remember.
Yeah.
Plausible deniability.
You're also the king of callbacks. There you go. Yeah. I'm sorry. I do not recall this. My lawyer says I do not recall this.
I'm going to consult with my team, have them get back to you on whether I said that or not.
We're your team and we can confirm. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I live with him. I can confirm that he says it all the time.
So you guys are standing at the entrance of the Canyon of Fur, or is it the Cavern of Fur?
Canyon.
Canyon.
We said both, so it's
Canyon
both.
Fur. It's the Cavern of Fur. Cavern of Fur. Canvrin.
It's the furry cleft.
No.
God damn it. That looked like it took Logan a second.
Is that our dog barking? It's just a loud fucking dog barking. Okay, great. Yay.
I can't hear it at all.
What does a loud fucking dog sound like?
Don't imagine that.
Turning to Kyle.
All animals don't
Sounds
sound
like a joke. That's it. All animal sounds are now that the entire game. Kitty.
And they're always in heat.
There's this really pretty blue jay in the back of the window.
Oh god. All right. So, you guys, what are you doing? Oh, Shenanigoons.
Walking forward, presumably.
Oh, Shenanigoons.
What do we see?
So you see a just kind of a stone cave right now, and as you kind of start walking through there, about maybe 300 or 400 feet later, as it turns, it opens up and you can see a huge ceiling way above you. Maybe, well, you probably can't see it because it's dark, but the cave ceiling disappears and you see just like sheer cliffs on either side of you. It kind of widens out to be almost 200 feet across or so, you would guess, judging by what you could see with your dark vision. You could walk basically in the center, and you can get to a point where you can't see either wall, or you can follow one wall or the other. And as you stay close to one or the other wall, there seems to be some sort of natural breeze that kind of comes through here. And all along the walls, there's like tufts of fur that are just kind of matted and dirty, just kind of collecting within the corners. Like, if somebody pulled out a couch away from the wall and you have several animals, there's just fur everywhere. Looks like it might be like highly flammable, though, if something you're interested in.
Well, we're in the canyon, I don't think. I mean, I'd be inclined to hug the wall so that if there's anything in here that's a bit more rambunctious than we might want, we don't run the risk of getting flanked.
So do we know anything about what's in the canyon?
Something fuzzy, I might imagine.
I do take the time to shave.
Nobody has any experience with furry animals that shed way too much.
Well, I mean, every animal with fur sheds a lot, so I don't know. The horses we traveled with for the nights shed a ton, but this doesn't look like horsehair.
My experience with animals is fairly limited to fish and a tiger.
Let's not bring up the tiger. Or the train, really. Just any of it.
I have whole new adventures to stumble through right now. Adelaide will continue walking forward.
Can you see all right, Adelaide?
Not in the least, no. She's got her hand on the wall.
I can cast light on something if you want so that there's more light.
Why don't you cast it on an arrow I have? Then if I see something, I can shoot it. And then we can all see it.
All right, I can do that. I'll cast light on one of her arrows as my cat yells in the background.
What about you, Arthur? Do you need any extra light assistance?
Yes, please.
I forgot this character doesn't have light. Never mind. Sorry.
It occurs to me I have torches.
Don't waste the torches. It's just a cantrip. I can cast it as much as we need. I think if I'm remembering right, though, I can only cast it on one thing at a time. But the arrow should give us enough light for Arthur too, right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Sounds fine. Adelaide will have an arrow notched with light on it and just be walking forward.
Arthur's also continuing forward, hugging the wall because it looks like it needs more comfort.
So as you guys are continuing along and hugging the walls, off in the distance, maybe across the cavern, you hear some sort of ruckus going on. Something kind of loud and sounds like some sort of scuffle. You hear, and just lots of growling and some sort of strange. Did we determine if anyone spoke Goblin?
I cannot.
Okay, so it's a similar language to what you heard them speaking in Smushton, but it's much deeper and kind of gravelly. And it's like just one word, like just, rot, hood, jiggle.
I will
Just
cast
one right after another.
I will cast comprehend languages on myself.
Okay, does it have a verbal component?
Yes, it does have a verbal component. I will whisper that verbal component.
Well, specifically, the point is on verbal components is it's hard to hide, and sound seems to carry very well in here. But so you kind of comprehend, you cast your spell and washing over your hearing. All of a sudden, the language just starts to become more understandable to you. You just start to realize that you're understanding the words that this person's saying. And it sounds like it sounds similar to dog somebody might or a command somebody might give to a dog. So it's like attack, heel, over, bite, jump, up, down. But there's definitely sounds of some sort of maybe fight or spar or scuffle.
She'll kind of whisper, sounds like they're training a dog. Something strange, maybe?
In the neighborhood.
Is it like an agility course or?
I can't tell from this distance. You might need to get a little closer, but cautiously.
Hey, Merrick, you want to maybe go forward sneakily?
I can sneak, but I can't see in the dark.
They all had dark vision.
I have dark vision.
Oh, so you guys have a light source?
My arrow has light cast on it right now from Val.
Got it. That's fine.
Yeah, I think Val and I are the only ones that have dark vision.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I just double checked.
All right. Perfect.
If we were going to sneak up, I mean, I'd probably prefer not to have a big beacon of light. Val?
Yeah, it's all right. I'll dismiss the spell. And I get rid of light.
Okay, so 4 of you are now plunged into pretty much pitch darkness.
Adelaide's up against the wall, so at least she has some orientation.
So is Arthur.
All right.
Merrick, grab hold of my pack if you want. I can guide you.
Kind of reaches forward and
That's my butt, not my pack.
oh, sorry, love.
Huge tracts of land.
He's not that tall.
Adelaide, Arthur, you guys can put your hands on my shoulders or something if you need, so that we don't get separated.
Sure.
Yeah, he grabs a hold of Bonnie's pack.
As much as we love your pantomiming.
Well, I realized like I'm sitting here with my fist raised up in the air, and I'm like,
It has to stay like that until we're done.
All right. So, Bonnie, what are you doing?
I am slowly walking towards the sounds using my dark vision to check for danger as we're walking.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Okay, so you're walking forward, or are you walking over towards the skerfuffle?
I'm walking towards the skerfuffle.
Okay, so you are leading Merrick over to the skerfuffle. So you are now probably about halfway across the canyon, which means you can see neither side. But there's lots of little landmarks and rocks and things pitting that you can kind of get your bearings with. And it's a slow go because Merrick is obviously blind. So you continue to kind of creep, and right inside of your vision, you see kind of this large, bulbous, maybe the size of maybe like a 3-foot round beach ball, almost kind of gray and fuzzy, just barely one side of it is gray with little bits of fur, and the kind of actually doesn't quite go perfectly round, kind of comes to a little bit of a point, and it's obviously organic, and in addition to that, it seems like some sort of stem or maybe a leg of something that kind of comes down to a point. It's about maybe 3 inches across, has kind of some sort of joint about 1.5 feet up, and then another joint about another 1.5 feet up. Both are in your vision, then just kind of scuttle out away, obviously involved in whatever this fight is.
Is it kind of like almost a spider on really spindly legs kind of thing, or no?
Maybe.
I'm going to wait and pause for a few more seconds, trying to see if it comes back into view, but trying very carefully not to be seen and just be quiet as possible.
Sure.
And of course, listening to any conversations that are happening, since that lasts for an hour.
So you hear whoever is barking out these commands yells flank, and you hear this sound like clomping hooves on stone just skitter and start running, and through your vision darts this large, almost dog-like looking creature, but the tail is more like rat-like, and it has very little fur over it. The tail kind of curls and has a big tuft of fur at the end. The face is very squashed, and you didn't get quite a good look of it, but the legs themselves look more like deer legs than anything else. And it just darts through your vision after where the other creature just went.
Bonnie's going to start making her way back to the group.
Okay.
Because she doesn't want to accidentally be seen. And then we'll explain what she saw with Merrick when we get there. Did you hear the hooves, Merrick? It was like kind of like deer legs.
I had something.
So she'll describe this weird kind of smush face, rat tail, fuzzy deer leg creature.
Yep, sounds exactly like what I heard.
Does that sound like anything that Adelaide might even remotely know about, since she's sort of been such a bookworm as a kid?
Do you have knowledge nature?
I have Arcana.
That's not going to help you here.
Okay.
Yeah, I have nature, but I don't know that I would know anything about a creature from the Underdark.
Is there any real reason we have to confront anything? I mean, we're just trying to get through here. we could just press on.
I'm inclined to press on as well and try to get through without being seen. But seeing what they are, I think, was helpful.
Should we move to the other wall?
That's heading towards the noise, right? Like you
Correct.
guys had to
They're on the
cross
other
the
wall.
canyon.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking keep our distance and keep moving.
I agree.
Don't we need to cross the canyon in order to proceed?
Cross through, not necessarily across.
Yeah, you're on one side of the canyon. The fight's on the other side of the canyon. You guys are walking the length of it. You're against one wall, they're on the other.
And if they cause a problem, we'll deal with it then. But I don't know if there's any reason to start an issue on our own.
Well, I'll keep my comprehend languages up, and then I could hear if anyone is talking about us. Val and I can see well enough, I guess, to lead the way.
And if anything does happen, please cast light.
Yes.
That'll be the first thing Val does, because I can't cast it. Sorry, Val.
It's all right. I got it.
The first thing Bonnie's going to do is try to flirt with it.
No.
So you guys are going to continue to walk in the complete darkness?
For a little while.
I'm holding on.
Val and Bonnie, I think, using their dark vision to guide across.
Yeah.
And Bonnie using her comprehend languages to listen.
So you have continued to walk in the dark for maybe 20 minutes or so. The sounds of the battle have left behind. There's nothing more going on around you right now that you can hear.
Think it's safe yet?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't see anything.
For those with dark vision, you've noticed that in this area, it seems like the hair and fur, whatever it is, seems to be growing thicker here. Like you're getting closer to whatever the source might be.
Mm. Oh, that's such an awful sensation to think about, like, just walking through that. Not being able to see anything.
Yeah, not pleasant.
Definitely going to need a lint roller after this.
Or 12.
All my clothes are black. This is awful.
I'm in the same boat.
Only on Merrick, it comes up to his knees. Or, I mean, not knees, you're short. It comes up to his chest instead of just his
God.
knees.
Merrick, maybe cover your mouth. I don't know how high this stuff kicks up.
What, are you worried about dander?
In your mouth.
Fair enough. I'll try to get a handkerchief or something to tie around my face.
We have like 6 of them, so please let me know if you need an extra.
Yes, I need an extra.
I'll hand him one of the extras from the
Thank you.
heist.
She just put it in like a pocket square.
We had a lot of those.
Still unused, by the way. Brand new, still in the wrapper.
It's true, we didn't really end up using them.
Anyway, proceed forward.
So yeah.
Yeah, we keep going forward.
Okay. So you guys are continuing to move forward. What is everyone's passive perception? Anybody have a 14 or better?
I do.
I do not.
What is yours, Tess?
A 14.
So every once in a while, you kind of hear something behind you. With a 14, you just every once in a while you're just like, and you stop everyone, and you just stop for a second. You listen, and you keep going. You think it might have sounded like a hoof clop, but you're not quite sure.
We should try and be as quiet as possible.
Working on it.
I have been.
Yeah, all right.
If we're being followed, chances are they already know where we are.
I don't know that we are being followed, but I think there might be creatures around.
All right.
Maybe they're friendly.
Maybe.
Val, maybe... I mean, honestly, if we're just traveling in a line, maybe people who can actually see, someone take front, someone take the back, and then the rest of us just sort of follow along in the middle.
Yeah, we could do that.
Hate being the middle child.
Let me take front, you take back.
Sure.
And Natalie will just put her hand on the wall and sort of continue walking forward until she like senses that she's right in front of, right behind Merrick, and then just sort of tries to keep within a distance that she can, you know, like, sorry, I didn't mean to step on your feet, but like that sort of, so she knows how close to be.
It's a little hard to do, but yeah, you guys will get there. You can hear him scuffling around in the in this fur that you guys that's up against the walls there. every once in a while you are stepping through and you hear like little squeaks, like little mice or some sort of rodents kind of disperse from the fur. They've made little nests in there, and as you're walking through it,
What does the fur feel like?
it feels coarse, but like there's also a bunch. I mean, for the most part, it's coarse, but then there's like this kind of softer, maybe it's an undercoat from whatever the creatures are that kind of also kind of fills the area. So for the most part, it feels like kind of a mixture. If you like reach down and touch it, you'd say it's almost like goat hair or like really that coarse. But then there's also this kind of fine stuff. So you're not sure if it's two different animals or if it just has like this really soft undercoat or something.
Question, Logan. I'd like to fact check you on those mice. I thought all animals made the same noise in this world.
That's true. Yes, all animals do make the same noise. So you step on a little, one of the little nests, and all the little mice come out, and they make that noise. Yes, yes, that's right. All animals make the same noise.
It's really important that we distinguish our campaign setting from other campaign settings. And
Yes,
I think that's a real good focused detail. Yeah.
We'll have to sell 1,000 different sound bites for the Sirenscape or something. Just that noise over.
I mean, we only have to sell the one.
It's great because it's like
it's our animal pack.
when rangers are like, "Hey, we're hunting geese in the wilds." They just take a Merrick along and blow through him.
Okay, all right.
Do you want to keep having this joke? Because
I'm done.
I'm just imagining you pull out your brand new Merrick, you slide it out of its tube, and you look at it and you go, "Which end do I blow on, and which end does the sound come from?" And then you do it wrong because you hope that's the way it works, and it's not. It's not.
it's like one of those train whistles. And you're just like,
Oh.
Oh, God.
I do not regret a moment of this.
Okay. Fucking hell. All right. So you guys continue moving forward.
Yes.
yeah.
So you guys have come around this little kind of bend and you still haven't lit any lights, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you guys come around the bend into what almost feels like a larger area because the wind sort of changes. You feel like a little bit lighter of a breeze. It's not as direct. You're kind of walking around, and there seems to be rocks on either side of you for those that you can see, like this is a little alcove or something. And this is completely full of fur, but it's all been like matted and compacted down, almost like there's been things laying on it over a long period of time. Big things, maybe medium to large.
I think we might be in a den.
That's not good.
Then Kidda, light it up.
All right. Hold on.
Because anything that's used to this dark might be blinded by the light.
Blinded by the light.
I wasn't gonna go there, but I'm glad you did.
Well, I am
All
the
right.
bard.
Everybody hold on. And Val's gonna...
Val, you could always cast it on an arrow, and I could shoot it out there, so we could get a vibe for what's ahead of us, and that might distract it if it's seeing it land somewhere.
All right, we could start there. I cast light on one of her arrows.
And Adelaide will just aim where she knows Val. We've been walking, and shoot that direction since she can't see.
All right, roll me a d20. Let's just see what happens.
This will be good. 19.
She's aiming for the dark's throat.
Yes, do I hit the dark in the throat?
All right, so your arrow goes streaking through the air, and it just kind of just and it lands a distance off, and then you hear thunk, and it hits into something, and it looks like it's some sort of bowl. I mean, it's this large kind of wooden basin sitting on some sort of slab of stone, and it went right into it, and it looks like there may be some water in it because it's just you hear this little splash, and
No.
and there's arrow kind of sticking out of it now. The light is kind of just shooting up out of this light. You can see it rippling up the wall ahead of you, and walking over is this mammoth of a humanoid creature, probably 10 feet tall, over to this very large basin. And you can't quite see, it's coming out into the side, and it kind of looks down. And as it looks down at the arrow, behind its head appears to be a second head. And you thought it was kind of an illusion for a second, but the light just kind of rippling off. You definitely see that this creature has two heads on it. They both are kind of twisted and kind of, real long jaws kind of sticking up in front of their top teeth. The thick foreheads kind of protrude, and one's bald and one has this big, luscious, flowing hair. It's kind of really hairy, and it just kind of looks into this basin here. It's wearing like large furs of some creature, and just kind of looks into the basin and pulls out the arrow, and then kind of just starts looking around.
Is it the same fur? Is it wearing the same fur that's like coating the ground? Like it's taken that?
You maybe it's possible.
Hard to tell.
It's hard to tell without really comparing them because you're a distance off.
Adelaide will notch another arrow and just be like, "I'm not a fan of this."
Merrick will also draw his bow and arrow.
How? What's the orientation of like where I shot? Did I shoot like diagonally across the canyon space?
Basically, yeah, kind of across the canyon, and then went about 120 feet or so, maybe 150 feet.
Okay. We could try hugging the wall and getting past it.
One problem with that. While we're in here, the walls hug us back. Because it's covered in fur. And it's soft. Feels like a hug? No? Okay.
You can take a nap later, Merrick. I know it's very comfortable.
It can probably see us.
Doesn't look like it yet.
It must have some sort of night vision.
I don't think it sees us yet, but it might. We gotta figure out how we're gonna get out of here.
And there's the good old-fashioned way.
Running.
Well, we could check the map.
I am the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
Who's got the map? Paper wrinkling as we're trying to pass a map along in the dark. Exactly. Just do it real stealthy.
Oh, now you tell me.
Okay, actually, to the point, does Arthur have the map or is someone else holding that? I think Merrick might have them.
They're in tubes.
Yeah, we have it in a tube, but I think Merrick had at least one of the pieces, if not all of it.
I had a sketch out of it in my journal. Like I had done that. So if that was useful.
Yeah, we don't. I don't think we have the original map, like all of it together, because Merrick had kept the conversation of deceit at his house, so that way the institute wouldn't have it.
I think we just have sketched copies.
Okay. Well, Adelaide will get out her book and count how many pages she'd drawn, and then try to slowly open it and give it to Bonnie.
Okay.
Bonnie's got the dark vision.
Bonnie will turn to Val and they can consult over the map real quick.
Okay, so...
All right.
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
As you guys are sitting there consulting over the map, you start to hear coming from near this creature's direction, like halfway in between, just out of the vision.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think we might be... Can we tell which way we need to go from the map real quick? Is it still like pretty much you need to keep going straight? Or
yeah, you have to keep going beyond the canyon.
All right, run and get chased or fight. I think we're going to have to fight either way.
Val's going to pull out my scythe. I'm going to pull out my scythe.
Bonnie will draw her rapier.
How about a happy medium? How about we run while armed?
Sounds good.
That works for me.
After you.
Ready?
Okay.
Oh, wait. Those of you that can't see have to hold on to us. So ready? 1, 2, 3, go!
Okay.
So you are in the
Little-
dark, holding hands and trying to run through this furry mess past the creatures
Along the wall.
along the walls. Okay, give me stealth checks.
Okie doke.
Ah.
And those of you who are blind, and since you're running, are at a disadvantage.
Son of a bitch, the second one was so good.
I rolled a not natural 20.
I rolled a 17.
20 and 17.
6.
13
Six.
total.
13.
It's a 13.
What's up, stealth proficiency buddy, Kyle?
So you guys start moving. The fur actually seems to be deadening the footsteps a little bit, so that's helping because there's nothing like natural leaves or anything in there to kind of crunch. It's actually fairly just a soft medium for you to walk on and run on. You wouldn't want to run on it forever, but you can kind of move a little bit of the way. You seem to move past the sniffing creature, whatever it is in the darkness, and continue on closer to where this two-headed humanoid thing is. And so the next step is you're going to have to kind of move past that. Now, he is across the canyon, so he's a ways away. There's pitch blackness between the two of you. As you get closer, you can kind of see that it looks like there's a whole little, almost like a kitchen set up. Looks like some sort of butcher block there. It's got some meat on it. And he's got some sort of large knife there. The basin obviously has water in it. It looks like he may be looking to prepare some sort of meal or something. Very rudimentary kitchen.
Mystery meat.
I just hope we're not the meat.
As we're moving, Merrick, is the arrow still lit up in its hand?
He put it on the table while you guys were dealing with the sniffing and looking at the map, but it is still sitting there.
Okay.
And as you guys are walking past, you see him. He kind of comes out with a little clay glass kind of pitcher, and he comes over and he puts it down, and he takes the arrow and puts it in it with the light on the top.
Did she just make a lantern?
A little candle, sure.
That's adorable.
Angela finds that incredibly adorable.
One of the faces, the one with the long hair, looks very delighted, and the other one looks very, very unhappy.
I'm inclined to just keep going.
Yeah, Bonnie's still going.
Okay.
Same pace as last time, or slowing down at all?
Slower,
slower.
so that we don't have,
Okay. So you guys go ahead and give me another stealth check as you guys move past this area.
Still a disadvantage.
No, just straight rolls because you're not running anymore.
Oh, fucking fuck.
9.
It was a 20. It was a
14.
7.
15.
23.
15, 14, 23, 7, and
9?
9. Okay, so yeah, all right. So with the help of those who are a little more stealthy, you guys seem to move past this creature with no other issues. Kind of moving past and seeing this creature start to sit down on something behind that you can't see and starts to carve up this piece of meat with his knife and eat it while one of the heads is smiling at the little candlelight he's created with the arrow, and the other one just grumpily eating. And yeah, that's that. So you guys have kind of moved past that, and you guys are into another darkness, a stretch of darkness.
I think we can turn a light on at this point.
I'm all for that.
I don't hear or see anything. Okay, works for me.
Are we out of the Canyon of Fur?
No. This is a long thing. You figure you're going to be in here probably for 6 to 8 hours from the map. Longer since you guys are blind.
Like almost like an episode's worth.
About that, yeah.
All right, guys. So if we get further away from that thing, my spell's gonna end because I think it only has a certain range anyway.
And then he'll just be sad about his
He'll be-
lantern. It'll be fine.
Very sad, and the other one will be happy again.
My question was gonna be, when we're far enough away, do you want me to cast it on something else so you guys can see?
Sure.
Yeah, that's the idea. I have a torch as well.
Yeah, but
I have some torches.
it's a cantrip. We might as well use it, right? At least enough so that you guys can see your torches to light them.
Although this fur does look pretty flammable, so
I'm fine with if Adelaide's in the. I think Adelaide might be between Merrick. Oh yeah, I was imagining she was between Merrick and Arthur. So yeah, if you give her another light arrow or something, cover everybody in the center of the line.
Have we gotten far enough away from the two-headed thing that we think it won't see us easily?
Oh yeah, you're probably 1,000 feet around a corner and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna cast light on another one of Adelaide's arrows.
All right, so you got a little bit of light again, which I think is what 2040.
I think so. And if it hadn't already,
yeah.
the spell fades on the torch or the light that he was using as a lantern.
Somewhere in the darkness here. Oh,
Oh, little buddy.
so so you guys light up a little light, and you start to notice that on this side of things, there's actually a lot less fur. As a matter of fact, you're starting to see that it's almost non-existent here. It seems like the wind blows it the other direction. So whatever was furry was around that creature, the last creature that you found.
All right.
whatever weird deer thing, maybe. Who knows?
Nothing I've seen the like of before, that's for sure.
You didn't seem to describe it as terribly big. I mean, maybe there's just a lot of them. They're just more of a herd animal down here.
It sounded like they were training them for combat.
Great.
He was giving orders like flank and attack and things like that.
Well, at least we're past it for now.
So you guys continue on.
Mm-hmm.
After a short while, you actually do run across a little bit more fur, but this time it's not where you'd expect it. This time it's kind of up on the wall, and you see it first, and then you realize that it maybe a little fur of these creatures or something seems to blow this direction occasionally, but it seems to blow mostly the other direction. But it seems like it's stuck to something on the walls. And you take a little bit closer inspection, you see that the walls here and for a little ways seem to be covered in some sort of sticky webbing.
Mm.
I was really hoping you weren't going to say that. I was really, really hoping you weren't going to say web.
That's not good, guys.
Nothing ever is.
Goody.
All right.
You know, I've spent most of my life trying to avoid spiders. They're bad for business.
Then let's keep walking. I like Merrick's train of thought.
Why would spiders be bad for business? Like, I don't understand. I thought spiders were good luck when it came to money and things like that. At least in some cultures.
In my line of work, it's better to not talk about the spiders.
Okay.
He had a bad experience.
They're another crime family in the city. We don't talk about them.
Got it.
When you were talking about your mom, you were talking about, like, crime?
His crime mom?
Is that what you kept saying meant when you kept saying that you had to go talk to your family? I thought you were going to, like, go ask, like, permission and stuff.
No. More checking in for business purposes.
Oh.
My mom's the leader of the Lotus Pads. Another crime family in the city. It's complicated.
This is a secret just for listeners. Nobody else can hear me right now except for you. I've just done a check for the stealth of the creature that they're about to face. And it got a 17. Unless they ask specifically to make perception checks, they will not get a chance to see this. So now you know that they are walking into a trap.
You know the fence that we went to, that we saw stuff?
Riku, she was nice.
I remember
of another crime family in the city. It's a close-knit community. Except for the fucking spiders.
Got it.
This is very different than anything on a fishing island. Okay, I'll get it eventually. Sorry.
They're all part of the Amazon Crime Network. They guaranteed to get the job done in 2 days or less.
Just 70 gold a month. A year?
Shipping's free.
Logan, would
Yes.
Adelaide know anything about the crime families, or specifically like Merrick name dropping the spiders?
Yeah, give me a knowledge history.
All crimes come with their own crate.
Fuck you and your crate.
Adelaide apparently read the right books. That's a 22.
All right, Merrick, tell us about this crime family.
So there's 3 or 4 crime families in Ashport. Lotus Pads, which he belongs to, low grade, like thievery, political intrigue, corporate espionage, that type of things. The Iron Roses, which are responsible for more of the tangibles, like fencing, actually marketing stolen goods, putting together the jobs that, actually, go and they steal large amounts of goods and whatnot. Protection rackets, those are the Iron Roses. The spiders are largely unknown. The only thing that's really known about them is that there are 7 of them, and all of them have a brand on their hand that's the same color as their skin, and it's a 7-legged spider. When one of them dies, another one is set to replace, or dies or retires, another one replaces them through some unknown means. There's always 7 of them, and you don't fuck with them. They're just, whatever they do, their motives are super, like the other families are just like, you know what? They're not bad about us, but we just don't talk about them because they keep to themselves. They do their own thing, and we're okay with that. That's fine. It's good, right? We're fine. We're moving on. All right, great,
Cool.
All right. Yes. We don't talk about them.
All right. So, spiders are bad. We all agree.
Okay.
Not get attacked by any tonight if we can help it.
Speaking of, as you guys are continuing to walk, who's in the back?
Val, I think.
Val. So just before you can really comprehend what's happened, one of the large rocks that you have just walked past moves, and it pulls has a dagger or something in its hand, and it moves in to strike you. That's a 16.
Yep, that'll hit.
So you feel this kind of like lightning bolt shaped jagged dagger slide between your armor and into your skin, and it burns in more ways than one, as seemingly some sort of poison kind of takes hold of you as well. So it's 5 points of piercing damage and 11 points of poison damage from this dagger.
Ow.
As this large, wispy-haired, gray, sort of wrinkly spider kind of unfolds itself out of the crevice that it was hiding in. And it's got 2 long arms for its 8 legs that have actual 5-fingered hands at the end. It's got 3 rows of yellow eyes and huge mandibles. And on the back, it looks like a sphinx cat, all wrinkly skinned. You can see the spine all the way back. And it kind of hisses a little bit. You still have comprehend languages on? So it hisses a bit and says something in some language. It's undercommon, so it's some deep language, and goes, food.
Hello, Shenanigoons. It is I, Angela, your fearful dungeon player. Because there's nothing quite like a spider with hands calling you a meal to set your mind at ease. But now is not the time. Right now, I will stave off the inevitable creepiness that Logan hath wrought on us by taking a moment to thank you for listening to the show. On top of having fun playing a good old game of D&D with my friends, we all are trying to make a show that's also fun for you to listen to. We appreciate every single one of you who listen or follow us online or give us reviews on iTunes or share with your friends. Everything you do to help spread the good word of Shenanigoons or give us feedback is time we are so grateful that you spent on us, so thank you. Please be aware, we always want to get our listeners involved with the show, and our DM Logan has an open door policy on listener suggestions. If you have a neat name or an idea for an NPC, a location, or maybe a magic item for us to find in the glorious Birchfield Institute Lost and Found, you can tweet your suggestions to @theshenanigoons on Twitter or use the hashtag Shenanigoons. Every session, Logan sifts through the suggestions to find things to add to the world of Vale that we so lovingly goof off in. We here at the show are proud founding members of nerdsmith.org, a network of creators and collaborators making amazing free entertainment. Podcasts, videos, music, you name it. If you enjoy Shenanigoons or any of the other shows on Nerdsmith, please consider subscribing. You will be directly supporting your favorite shows and helping us at the network keep the lights on. Subscribers get access to cool swag, digital prize drawings, as well as some exclusive bonus content. For Shenanigoons, we've got our Session 0 up for you to check out, where you can listen to how we built our characters and how they each met, as well as some backstage silly moments that happened between the dice rolls. If you want to learn more about how to support Shenanigoons or your favorite shows, go to nerdsmith.org/donate. I also wanted to take a second to plug a really cool service that we use here on the show that adds a little extra something to every episode. I am talking about our music. We license our incredible theme song, Direction Jupiter by Angel Salazar, as well as our intro and our transition music from a site called artless.io. In this episode, you heard Yellow Sunday by Jacob Kinsel and The Rains by We Are Echoes. Artless.io has an insanely large music library, and it's shockingly affordable for both professional and us aspiring professional creators to set the mood and the quality of your media productions. They just updated their website with a cool new user interface that makes finding music for your projects both easy on the eyes and the brain. You can browse and search their catalog for instrumental and vocal music by tempo or length of song, mood, instruments, genre, or their curated staff favorites. The most impressive thing about Artless.io is their licensing terms. Unlimited downloads, and once you sign up, any music that you download during your subscription, you have permission to use forever. You can keep using your favorite songs in your projects even after your subscription has ended. And we really want to help you use the service. We have a special promo link that you can use if you're interested in checking out Artless.io. If you use it to subscribe, you will get an extra 2 months off your subscription. So that is 14 months of time to download music from Artless.io for the cost of 12 months. So if you want to check out the offer, use the link bit.ly/nerdsongs. That's bit.ly/NERDSONGS. Nerdsongs. Okay, I think I've procrastinated enough. It's probably time to face the music, as it were. Again, thank you all so much for listening to Shenanigoons. Now, let's get back to the show and try not to lose our cool in front of the talking spider monster. Yay.
So it hisses a bit and says something in some language. It's undercommon, so it's some deep language, and goes, food. And we'll need initiative.
God damn it, guy.
What I missed?
Cal stopped eating when you said food. He was like, oh.
Arthur?
21.
Merrick?
19.
16 for Adelaide?
That's a 5, so an 8.
Bonnie got an 8.
Oh, I rolled a 7.
Val got a 7. All right.
The ones who can't see are the ones that go first. It's great.
Well, you guys have light on right now.
Yeah, there's light.
There's a light.
Okay.
We can see.
Fair enough.
Okay, so the creature kind of like stands up tall and slowly pulls its dagger from Val and hisses once again and kind of starts to move its hands in some weird way and draws some weird rune in the air quickly with the dagger, and almost this mystical energy kind of traces a protection rope through the air, and it kind of just holds itself there for a second, maybe waiting to see what happens. Arthur.
Okay. Val, you did scream. I know. I turn around and look.
Yeah, she for sure did. That hurt a lot.
I immediately see this creature, and I'm going to, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Branding Smite on my weapon. Then I'm going to, right after that, cast Booming Blade on my war pick and attempt to hit it.
As you cast the spell and then start to target it, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Well, it's a 2, so 3.
So as you go to attack this creature and you've cast a spell and you're about to do the strike, you realize that the spell that's protecting it is just stopping you. It just kind of forces you to stop, and it almost, even though you know it's not true, it makes you feel that this creature is peaceful. The sanctuary around it is just stopping any spell from an attack from getting through. You can either choose a new target, of which there are no enemy targets, or you're going to lose the spell.
Arthur stands there and starts to reevaluate all of his life choices to this point and waits for somebody else to go.
Merrick.
Okay. Bonus action to hide, which is a lot. That's 22 on stealth.
Better than my perception. So you've successfully found a crack that it did not see.
And I'm probably going to use that to attempt to attack it. I imagine that I'll need to roll the die that I just threw across my room.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If only you had over 1,000 dice like somebody we know.
I've got my Crown Royal bag full, sitting right here.
Why you gotta call me out like this, Logan?
I didn't. You just did.
I got an 18 on the die, plus 0. So, 18.
For your wisdom save?
Yes.
Okay, so you do break through this sanctuary protecting it. So you feel like you can move forward with the attack that you would have needed to start to get that roll.
That's a 7 and a 17 for 22 against its AC.
Hits.
Beauteous. So I get sneak attack. That's a total of 12 points of piercing damage.
All right.
I was with a bow.
Kind of jumps back against the wall a little.
Cool. That's my turn. Action, bonus action. Yep.
Adelaide.
Adelaide sees Arthur hesitate, and she's like, Arthur, is there a problem? And she'll shoot her light arrow she'll attempt to shoot her light arrow at the creature.
Give me a wisdom save.
He appears friendly.
And I can't wait for this.
Don't be too smug.
We'll see how you roll first.
It's a 14. 14.
14. 14 does beat the wisdom save. So yes, you are able to make your attack. I was hoping you wouldn't.
I kind of was. I kind of was too. Fuck. That's a 26 to hit.
Oh yeah. So yeah, obviously jumping and turning towards Merrick as he shot opened up some opportunity there, and you took a hold of it. You shot. Unfortunately, it looks like with your face.
That was a 4 damage. 4 piercing.
Unfortunately, you didn't hit anything very sensitive. You kind of just stick it in it underneath one of its legs, and it just it hurts, but it didn't hiss as it did with Merrick.
That's good. That means more of the arrow and light spell are exposed, so it's not like all of a sudden we couldn't see the light because the arrow was inside it.
Good idea.
That's my excuse.
But now it looks like a rave every time it moves.
The legs move in front of it, you get a strobe effect.
Bonnie.
Bonnie.
The cheat.
Anyway.
You cannot do light. All right, go ahead.
Bonnie is going to spend a use of her bardic inspiration to dash forward faster than you guys have ever seen her move to the target.
Nice.
Perform a defensive flourish against it and attack.
Okay. What's a defensive flourish mean?
A defensive flourish means that I can roll my bardic inspiration die, and whatever numbers on the die does that extra amount of damage to the creature that I attack, and also does that die amount increase to my AC until the end of my next turn.
So it's defensive and offensive. God, they didn't lie. The best defense is a good offense.
You know who said that?
Mel, the cook from Alice. I love you, Kyle. God, I love you.
I need to make a wisdom save.
Yes, you do.
Ooh, that is a 16.
16 will bypass the sanctuary. Sanctuary.
Excellent.
Clearly, everybody is fine with their life choices. Just not me.
Oh.
Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit, yeah.
Yay. Okay, so
Arthur, that's what you get for macking on my mom.
Karma.
Hasn't even happened yet.
So 14 slashing damage, and my AC increases by 5 until the end of my next turn.
Damn.
And that's my turn.
And you're using a rapier?
Yep.
So you kind of move up very quickly, getting behind it. It's not quite ready, and it just kind of twists. And obviously not used to such formidable groups of enemies. And you stab it into the abdomen, kind of in a very sensitive area, and it just kind of starts limping on that back right leg, right where you struck it.
And she just kind of growls in its face.
It's like, what'd you say about my mama? Val.
Okay, well, Val is bloodied by that one hit from the fucking spider, so she's gonna heal herself, because if the healer goes down, there's a problem. I'm gonna cure wounds myself.
Good plan.
And I rolled a 2, so I get 4 hit points.
Woo!
But you know what? At least I'm a little bit less close to dying. And I think if I was tracking everything right, nobody else got hit.
Correct.
Okay, so I don't need to bonus action healing word anybody.
Not to my knowledge.
So that'll do it for Val, I think.
Okay. So the creature takes the dagger and starts to draw another rune in the air. The little wisps of this whitish energy throw another rune of protection up there. And immediately after, and it's talking some arcane language through all of this, or some divine language instead. And again, it does another one. It just draws with the dagger again through the air. And that second one, much quicker, appears to heal it. In fact, Val, I believe you'd recognize it as healing word.
Okay,
He did better than you did.
great. Thanks.
You're welcome. All right. Arthur,
So do I need to make another wisdom save?
you will need to make, if you want to try to attack, yes, you'll need to make another check, because it did not do anything offensive.
My Branding Smite is still active. And yeah, I'm going to try to attack it with the Booming Blade again.
The wisdom save first.
15.
15 will get through the wisdom. So now you can make your attack. You've settled on an acceptable life choice,
I do not like spiders.
especially one with people hands.
Natural one.
So you're okay with the concept of hitting it, but not the actual hitting him.
It's the fucking fail snail thing all over again.
Oh.
I'm okay with hitting creatures, just don't have the ability to do it.
So you just get up there and you just completely miss it. You trip or some sort of thing.
I forget the words to my spell.
There you go. You forget the words to your spell.
Oh.
I break into song and dance. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Merrick.
Gonna try to shoot it again. Wisdom save.
Yep. Wisdom save first.
That is a 13.
13 makes it.
Huzzah. Someone's within 5 feet of it.
Yes.
That is a 16 to hit.
16, because of the extra protection he put on, no longer hits. The magical barrier it put up seems to have stopped it.
All right. Bonus action to hide.
All right, so go ahead and give me that check. Oh, never
That
mind.
is a
Never mind.
23.
I roll a 4. Adelaide, as Merrick disappears once again from view for probably all of you.
All right, Adelaide's gonna try to shoot the spider again.
Okay.
So wisdom save.
Yep, wisdom save until it does something hostile every time.
I'm really impressed. I didn't think I was capable of cocking a dice. Okay.
How would Andy says?
Well, you cursed my dice with your bad joke, Logan.
That wasn't a bad joke.
That was a nat 1
That one on the wisdom save?
on the wisdom save.
All right.
Does the Merrick need to be cocked? Or is it it's just blown, right?
Yeah, it's just. Does that wisdom save apply to any attacks that I attempt? How might that interact with my action surge?
Anytime you attack, you have to make a wisdom save.
Okay. I'd like to use my action surge.
Okay.
And try to attack again, so I'll make another wisdom save.
Okay.
Not much better, that's a 4.
Nope, still not quite. You get there and you're just like, you just can't bring yourself to push past that sanctuary barrier.
Alright, end of my turn.
You know what I'm saying now, Adelaide? Like, do you get it?
Kind of.
Bonnie.
All right, so he's got these 2 daggers in his hands,
Just one.
or just one. So instead of focusing on the creature, since it seems harder to hit with whatever he's doing, she's going to focus on the dagger and cast heat metal.
Oh, yes.
That makes me so happy.
Okay.
So do I have to make a wisdom save to cast on the daggers? Because the spell targets an object, not a creature.
Tricksy half-elves.
So there is no official ruling on it, so I'm going to lean on the side of the players because I think it's a cool idea. So go ahead. So you cast heat metals or anything I need to do?
You do need to make me a con save. But it's not to avoid damage, it's to avoid dropping your weapons.
Ooh.
Which is fine.
And you will take 12 points of fire damage from holding onto those weapons currently.
Can you just choose to drop the weapon instead?
No, you take the damage regardless. It's a concentration spell. If you hold on to the weapons, I can use a bonus action on my next turn to reapply the damage as a bonus action from you continuing to hold onto the metal. It says any creature in physical contact with the object will take 2d fire damage when you cast the spell. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause the damage again. If the creature is holding or wearing the object, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn.
So you are technically attacking the dagger, but because they're in contact with it, they take residual damage, basically.
Correct.
And that only targets one object, right? So it's just one dagger.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, I confirmed that he was only carrying one dagger, is what Logan said.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. You guys thought I was carrying 2. I'm sorry.
You mentioned 2 hands, I think we assumed.
Okay. So, all right. So he go ahead and roll the damage. I'll go ahead and drop the thing. Con save is a 4, so it's not. He drops the dagger. It drops the dagger. How much damage?
12 fire damage.
So it drops the dagger. Kind of like jumps a little bit that you were able to bypass its things so easily.
And she just hisses right back in his face.
Damn.
And how is Val looking?
Val looks like she's about half as capable as she usually is, half as sturdy as she usually is.
Alright. So I'm going to use my bonus action to healing word Val.
Thank you. Okay, sorry, the cleric rolled shit on her own heal earlier.
It's okay.
For 5 points.
5 points?
On a scale of 1 to 16, I look about 11.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 27, I look like I'm at a
Just
15.
a randomly chosen scale. You know, it's very intuitive. Just right off the top of your head.
That's my turn.
Val.
It still has the sanctuary thing up, right?
Correct.
Did I recognize the spell when it cast it, or is it completely different? I don't have sanctuary, but it is a cleric spell, so that's why I'm asking.
I think I've described it pretty well, that I would think you probably have a good idea of what it does.
Okay.
Some of your allies are having a hard time hitting it for some reason. Like even actually attacking it.
Okay. And then so I can't remember if anyone else got hit.
Nope. We've just been failing to hit.
All right. So it's Bonnie's fighting up close with it. So I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Bonnie. So now you get a +2 bonus to your AC, because that way you are less likely to get hit.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes. And I think, that's only a bonus action, but I don't really have any spells that, well, guess I could try hitting it and see what happens. All right. I'm going to try Toll of the Dead. So I have to make a wisdom save, right?
But you're good at those.
We'll see. I haven't been rolling great today. Yeah, that's a 9. So I'm assuming that doesn't make it through, right?
9 does not make it through. 9 doesn't make it through. It's natural.
Okay. Hi, Mowgli.
Mowgli would
Okay.
argue that point, Logan. On behalf of Heather.
Okay. So, but Bonnie has a +2 AC, so we'll go with that.
I appreciate that. For I am kind of squishy.
Yes. Okay, and that's my turn.
All right. So are you continuing to maintain the heat metal on the thing? Is it still glowing red hot?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't understand him anymore. My comprehend languages has dropped.
Okay.
I'm sure he's not trying to. It's not trying to cause a conversation to occur. Oh, I'm so sorry. This was just a giant misunderstanding.
Were you asking for food or telling us we are food? I'm sorry, I was a little unclear on that fact. If it was the first, I'm so sorry.
All you're hearing now is.
So it uses its hands.
Son of a bitch. All the spells.
Looks like it's reevaluating its life choices as well.
Yeah. So it pulls a small flat piece of iron out from underneath one of its legs. It looks like it may have some sort of small little natural little pouch or pocket there. It pulls out the small straight piece of iron and chants and kind of moves his hands around, again drawing in the air. And Bonnie, I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Well, that's 4. So
okay. So you can kind of see that the one of the protections that it had on it kind of drops and fades away as it casts the spell, and the piece of iron in his hand just kind of curves unnaturally or almost psychically. It just kind of turns into a ring, like a snap bracelet almost. Just and Bonnie, you are paralyzed.
She goes completely rigid.
The rod was placed onto her?
No, that's just flavor for the spell material component.
Oh, okay.
It then draws quickly another little slice through the air. You saw this one before, and it casts Healing Word. All right, and that is that.
All right.
Arthur.
Is it me next? Okay. Arthur, having forgotten the words to his spell, is like, oh shit, what? I'll try a different one. See if I know words for it. Eldritch Blast this time. I will make a wisdom save.
Yes. Didn't cast any spell that does damage.
I will not make a wisdom save.
Oh.
That is a 6.
So that's a failure.
I stumble over those as well, and I'm already pretty close to it, but I'm just gonna run up to it and just scream in its face.
Okay.
Very frustrated.
Arthur, was that 2 turns in a row that you failed to do anything significant?
2 or 3.
I would say that was 3.
Okay, my apologies. So 2 turns in a row, and you get what we're calling desperation. So on that 3rd turn, or on your next turn, you should have advantage on all your checks.
Okay.
Merrick.
All right, I'm gonna try to attack.
Mhm.
That is a 16, which I believe is successful.
Mhm.
So rolling for advantage because I'm hidden, and I got an 18 to hit it.
18 hits.
That's 15 points of damage,
Very nice.
piercing.
Made its concentration save to hold person.
And then I will go back into hiding.
All right.
Or not. That's a 14 on my stealth check.
So yeah, it does obviously see you get into hiding and sees where you kind of duck down, and it just kind of turns and snarls at you.
Merrick, why are you waving?
Oh, hi.
Adelaide.
All right, wisdom save to hit. That's another nat 1 on my wisdom save. I really feel like mechanically there should be consequences to that.
So here's the way this system that we've been talking about works. You can choose to just make it a failure, or you can take some sort of penalty, which I don't tell you about until after. In the exchange, you get a D6 that you can then use on any D20 roll in the future. And they stack. You can use as many of these D6s as you want on a single roll.
I will roll the dice, as it were. I'll take that deal.
Okay. So the now the second time you failed with extreme failure against the sanctuary spell, it starts to take hold of you, and you start to believe in it more and more. This pious sort of protection around it, and you've come to the point now where it's extremely potent to you. You'll have disadvantage on any check against sanctuary from here on out.
But she's already rolling ones.
Against this particular creature's sanctuary spell.
Okay, because holy shit.
Not forever. And then, so now you have a D6. We don't know what we're going to call this yet, but you can take that D6 and you can roll it on any future D20 roll that you want from now until forever.
Okay.
You get it once, obviously. So yeah, so that's kind of a way to make nat ones have a little extra detriment, but also you get kind of rewarded for putting some more obstacles in your way.
Alrighty.
And it gives you, I think they call them hero dice. All right, so the creature is kind of still staggering there. Adelaide kind of stumbles yet again against the sanctuary spell. Do you have anything else you want to do?
I cannot do anything else of importance or anything useful, so no.
Right. And then we'll go to Bonnie.
I'm paralyzed. Do I get to make a check, or am I just...
Yeah, yes you do. So go ahead and make a wisdom save at the end of your turn. Yeah.
Oh. That's a 6, so...
We are not wise.
Okay, so nope, you're still held.
Okay.
Okay, and then Val.
This did not go well for us this round. Okay, so I'm just going to try to hit it and see what happens.
Okay, give me a wisdom save.
That's a 19.
Good stuff.
19 does get past the wisdom save. So you are now, you've pushed through the sanctuary for this round, or this attack.
Okay, and I'm attacking it with my scythe. 16.
16 does hit because the Shield of Faith dropped, yes.
Okay, so it's going to take 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay. It kind of staggers again and gets like really grumbly and growly. It does make its concentration save, so it does not lose a whole person.
Yeah, that'll be it. Okay. Because I can't do anything to help Bonnie right now.
All right, so the creature scoops up its dagger, which is no longer heated, and turns to Merrick and just goes thrust straight into him. Now that he can, that it can finally see him. That is a nat 20, so that is not good for Merrick. So let's see here.
Okay.
From the dagger and the poison, it was 2d4. Wait, hold on. There's actually more than that.
And with poison, there's no Constitution
Plus-
save against that poison.
Plus 3, so 35 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I figured.
Love you, Merrick.
He doesn't respond.
Did we ever buy healing potions? I think we got some at a Lost and Found.
Don't worry. I'll get ya.
So he turns and just very frustrated, breaking its sanctuary, just tired of Merrick just poking in the butt over and over and over again.
Phrasing.
And just stabs right into Merrick, dropping him instantly with just a brutal blow.
Stabs you through your hand you were waving with.
And then casts Healing Word. The last Healing Word, and did not do well. Arthur!
I'm going to, with my renewed sense of, I have this feeling of, I can really do this.
Oh.
I will attack with, back to Booming Blade, having remembered the
And
words.
it works. It works.
Remember, you have advantage.
Yeah, I did roll great with advantage, because one of my rolls was another natural 1.
And that's what desperation is for.
So bad. I can do math, honestly. 22.
22 hits.
Okay, so it's going to take 9 points from my war pick, from the raven's beak.
You stab down its war pick kind of into its head, and it just sticks there for a second.
And then, as it's sticking there, the radiant damage from my branding smite goes off.
Oh, shit.
Radiating through its skull. It's going to take 5 damage. And its head starts to glow in a 5-foot radius.
So it kind of, the radiant damage kind of hits it, it staggers a bit and starts moving back on its feet, and it seems a little dazed, like it's not sure what's going on. And it fails its,
Does it?
5 plus.
Come on.
Constitution is con save. 6. You just did 9 damage.
Free me from
which
this
is a
torment.
straight 10. So 10 is the lowest concentration check ever. Yeah, so it drops whole person. So Bonnie just gets all of her feel back. And Merrick is going to make a death save. Adelaide.
Seeing that Merrick went down and feeling like she can't hit the broadside of this spider asshole.
The broadside of a
is gonna-
spider's asshole. I've heard that saying 1,000
Yep.
times. If I had a nickel,
That sounds
every
like-
time somebody said I couldn't hit the broadside of a spider's asshole, I'd be rich.
Wooden
That-
nickel.
That sounds like a saying in Merrick's
All
crime
right?
family.
Yeah, the broadside of a spider's asshole. Okay, I like that.
Except we don't talk about them.
We don't talk about that.
Don't even joke
We
about
don't
it.
talk about them. Seeing that Merrick went down and is really close to this guy and no clue if it's gonna try to hit him or something.
Right.
Adelaide's gonna run over to Merrick, and she has a greater healing potion that she had acquired in the Lost and Found,
Okay.
and pop the top and try to feed it to Merrick because it's
Yeah.
he's not gonna last long.
So
He's
you
right up
start
against the
to
thing. Massage the throat. Yes.
jiggle his turkey gizzard, and
This was a kind gesture, and you made it dirty.
I did. It's Adam's apple. You're just playing around with his little neck ball, and
Okay.
you
Oh, okay. Okay.
starts to pour the.
It's just like this is platonic, Merrick. Anyway,
So you
Anyway,
you start pouring the potion down his throat, and
He takes it.
he heals. How much?
You okay, Ange?
She's done.
I'd say I'm laughing completely genuinely. I'm half laughing completely genuinely, half laughing so that I have time to look up what a greater healing potion dice roll
We used
would
to
be.
know these. A greater healing potion. Is that the second one?
I had a
Yeah, it's 44.
+4.
44 plus 4. It's always plus the number of dice. 2d4 plus 2, 44 plus 4. I don't know where it goes from there.
88 plus 8.
84 plus 8, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so he takes 17 HP back.
So you heal 17, almost to full, I think.
Don't know why it was in Lost and Found.
So the healing energy washes over you, and you gain back that energy, and you feel much better. Your wound closes up for the most part.
Arthur feels a slight bit of guilt having not even given Merrick a thought, but he
Aw.
moves on.
Really quick flavor for the very end of Adelaide's turn is she will, like, smack Merrick on the chest plate and just be like, all right, go hide again, and then she'll pull her bow out again.
We don't have buttons in this campaign.
Yet.
Give Adelaide time, she'll tinker one.
Of course. Funny.
So seeing Merrick go down, and now that she can move again, Bonnie is real pissed. And is going to spend another use of her bardic inspiration for another defensive flourish. And he did a hostile action, correct? So I don't have to make a wisdom save?
Correct. You don't need to make a wisdom save, but
Right.
you might want to hurry. It sounds like he's going to get on his motorcycle and drive away here in a second. That's a nat 20. I can tell by your face. All right, Bonnie, go ahead and describe your moment as you finish off the creature.
Phrasing.
Make sure you include all the white stuff coming out of its butt.
Ew.
That's concerning.
That just went way too far.
Yeah.
Cut.
Cut. Cut. Cut.
Cut that footage.
Cut that footage.
So she uses a rapier one-handed. No, sorry, that was my alarm to remind myself to save my audio.
Start over.
I'm so happy that two people have really intense alarms that could go off at any time.
9:30. Mine only goes off at
attention.
9:30.
Okay.
Anytime.
So she, while she normally uses her rapier one-handed, seeing Merrick down like that makes her incredibly furious. So she grabs it two-handed and just chops straight through his head.
Not Merrick, the spider.
With a rapier?
Yes, that's how mad she is.
Damn, that's amazing.
That's how pissed off she is.
All right, so you come slicing down, and you just chop like the side of its head off, and just kind of and falls off onto the ground. The creature kind of starts twitching and rolls onto its back. Its legs start curling in on itself.
No,
and it
just
slowly
super duper no.
dies.
That was 23 points of damage for anybody who
That was
cares.
beautiful.
Fuck.
That was 22 points more than it needed.
Cool.
You made a face look that I was like, oh man, like Arthur, it was off by one, wasn't it? Like you
It
just made
was.
this face, and I was like, Adelaide will rush to Val and be like, "Are you all right?"
Yeah, I'm all right. I got healed up between me and Bonnie, but ugh, that did not feel good. How you doing, Merrick? Do you need more?
As you guys are starting to talk, you hear the clomping or clicking of hooves coming closer to you. And stepping into your vision and the light is this this sort of hairless, except for underneath its chin, and sort of to the sides, almost got an old man bald, just on the side, grays and brown furs, and on the back, sort of dog-like animal with kind of a mole badger-like face, kind of scrunched in, and the teeth on either sides of the mouth with kind of a gap in the center and the sharp little teeth on the tops and bottoms. And it's thick and muscular with these deer legs and kind of a rat tail. Let me give the description. If you took the head of a giant badger, and the legs of a deer and the body of a large hyena and put them together.
Well then.
And in addition to that, a tall, about 6'4", too many tabs. Oh, fuck.
The plight of DMs everywhere.
1 second, sorry.
Arthur immediately reaches in his pack and pulls out a ration and holds it out in front of him,
I was half expecting him to slowly peel it.
offering a treat to this dog-like creature.
All right. A very tall, of the 6'4", hugely muscular beast with kind of this yellowish, brownish fur, and huge sideburns and a lower beard, with huge spiky hair towards the top, covered in furs and leather armor, carrying a bow and a mace, and has this shield kind of strapped to its back. A smaller shield has all of these bones and skulls and things kind of dangling from the side, and these huge, almost bear-like feet with huge claws and coming out of it. And it's got 2 tusks. One goes up in one side of the mouth and one goes down on the other. And he just kind of, good job.
We killed your enemy here. We're helping you. I'll offer the food again.
Yes, you do well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You wish to trade?
Arthur's gonna walk over. You don't want this ration? The first one is free.
I want to buy.
What are you offering?
What do you need?
Passage through the canyon.
Directions. Healing potions here?
I agree. Safe passage through the canyon. And maybe healing potions.
The canyon is not safe, but I can get you through.
Thank you.
I am going to keep the creature's dagger, though. I can make use of that.
Keep it. No need for me. I am Abe's, and this is Nugget. And he pets
Nugget.
the creature.
Like,
It's also from our future nightmares.
Like a gold nougat.
oh,
Nugget.
nugget. All right. That's something different than what I thought you
That's
said.
what I said.
Can I pet him?
He barks something in some language that now none of you understand, and he just flops down to the ground and just kind of sits there. You may pet.
That's a good nugget. Nugget is a good boy.
I need 30 minutes or so. And he starts to walk over to this creature, and he pulls out a big cleaver and starts to just hack off different parts of it.
Oh my.
And starts to dress it and starts pulling out different parts, including the poison sacs and things. And that's where we're going to end. You having met a couple of new friends and finished off the
God damn it, Mike.
Choldrith.
Choldrith?
It's a Choldrith. It's called a Choldrith. Choldrith. And it is a drow worshipping fae sort of creature that lives in the Underdark. And that may be a little bit of a hint of what might be coming next also. And uses different spells, having worshipping Lolth. It's a Lolth worshiper, not a drow worshiper. And it's a cool little spider creature. I really liked it. I thought it was very neat. That one's from
Very intense.
Right?
Volo's Guide. It was in Volo's Guide.
Very cool.
I was reading up on it. I was like, these are really neat. I don't know, anything with actual, like any animal with people hands is very creepy and weird to me.
Like, you seen that video of the cat with hands?
I won't think I want to. So anyway, that's that. That's the end of the session. Good job, guys. Very well. Ebbs is spelled EABS.
EABS.
And Nugget is a good boy.
Well, wicked good.
When finals are ahead or class is getting you down, you can count on WAND Radio to be your study solution.
Send us your questions about magical mishaps or tune in for the latest music on the mythical airwaves.
Make sure you tune in for the latest tournament results and where to find the best parties on campus. On maybe the latest test answers, too.
You don't even go here.
Never let your schooling interfere with your education, Rupert.
WAND Radio. Magic, music, and mayhem. On nerdsmith.org or wherever you download your podcasts. We are not inciting mayhem on this radio station. That's a terrible idea. How could you think that would work?